Trains were running around in America long before automobiles. America's love for model trains goes back to the early 1930s. For a group of train buffs in Nolensville, love of the hobby inspired them to build one of the largest layouts in the region. Tammy Arnder jumps aboard to bring us the story.
Most of us started with some train we got for Christmas. In my case, it was an American Flyer set.
When I was 8 or 9 years old, I was given some trains by my cousin. That got me started.
I've been in the hobby pretty much, you might say, all my life. My dad was in it, and I got it from him. So I've been training all my life.
The love of model railroads usually starts young and lasts, like most true loves, for a lifetime. From members of the Middle Tennessee Model Railroad Association, that love affair led to this large layout.
This was called Bill's layout because it was his idea and his work. He worked 7 or 8 days a week for 8 or 10 hours a day for nearly 2 years in getting this probably about 85% completed. And then he turned it over to the club.
Nico Young and several other model train hobbyists helped Bill Hemrick realize his dream. Hemrick, founder of the Upper Deck Sports Trading Card Company, loved the Los Angeles, Salt Lake City route out west. After moving to Middle Tennessee, he wanted a place to build this layout. Hemrick bought the building and had no trouble recruiting a design team. Each member had a job to do.
My job was to visualize what it could be and then how to get it there, and there were just lots of people involved. Bill was real good, is real good at getting other people excited about his ideas and working on his projects.
Well, I've been in the group here since about its 5th month, and I do a little bit of a lot of different things: scenery, track work, electrical.
We fill this with a type of dental plaster, and once it hardens, we pop it out of the rock mold, and then we'll glue it on, and then we'll carve in the detail to match it. This is a product called Sculpt-A-Mold in here.
Dan Cole, a former airline maintenance manager, helped with the landscaping. For model railroad enthusiasts, the layout isn't just about the rail cars and track. It's about the realistic view along the line.
The main thing what we wanted to do was keep the continuity of Southern California all the way up to Ogden, Utah, which required desert scenery, and also we wanted to build a branch line, and that represents up in the Sierra Nevada range going up in Northern California, and that way we can have logging and mining, which some of us enjoy. And then on this side, this is all main line, and a lot of people enjoy that even more.
This display is in an approximately 5,000 square foot room. It's possibly the largest privately owned model railroad in Tennessee, if not the southeastern region of the U.S. It has about 850 feet of mainline track and nearly 4,000 feet of track altogether.
We have a computer system in one of the rooms here with dispatchers. We operate this railroad just like a real railroad does. So we have train orders, and we have passenger trains that have priority over freight trains.
The approximately 1,300 rail cars each have a car card and a waybill. This lets you know where the car is going and traveling to. You put it in this little slot, and then at the next operating session, the next operator picks it up. Timber! From a lumberjack cutting down a tree to the train whistles themselves. The sounds are realistic. Also, the cars, buildings, even the drive-in movie theater are authentic to the 1950s.
We model the era from about 55 to 63. So all of the buildings, all of the vehicles, the trains are all from that era.
Tom Schmidt and the rest of those involved in the construction and design get as much fun out of watching others operate the trains as they do themselves.
It's just a good feeling to see what we've built, and when people come, they're just overwhelmed with the size of it and the detail that's in it.
They're especially thrilled when young people like Thomas Mogish discover the treasures of training.
I've liked trains all my life, but I've got involved with one of my dad's friends from work. He showed me this for the first time and I just loved it.
Whether it's an interest in the history of the railroad, which our forefathers used to build this country, or the creative process of making this small-scale version, there's a love of locomotives that transcends the generations.
This is for kids of all ages.